Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I want to talk about how to eat for your cycle postpartum. So this is for those gals who have given birth and you're like, how do I get my hormones back on track? How do I regulate things? I've been nursing, what do I do, right? And so these are just some helpful suggestions to help your system find some type of pattern, because going through a traumatic experience for your body, like giving birth, is a lot. Yeah, is a lot. So I talk a lot more about these things and work on hormonal health and everything in the 12-week challenge. I'm gonna put a link for that waitlist registrations tomorrow. So make sure on the waitlist, only way to get the registration link is the waitlist. So there it is in the comments. But so let's talk about giving birth and stuff for just a second. When you have a baby, whether it's, vaginally, C-section, whatever, your system has this huge hormonal whoosh for the first few days. A lot of hormones shift. Way too many to talk about in just this short time. And just know that your system is trying to process a lot of this stuff, right? So what's really helpful is if you just take the date that you gave birth and you go about 6 weeks later, right? Now, does it have to be exact? Does it have to be right on the nose? No, right? Just go about 6 weeks later, right? That way you can start following a pattern of eating for your hormones then. Give your system something to follow, right? In that first 6 weeks, there's so much healing and shifts and changes and stuff going on. Your uterus is shrinking. Your tissue is changing. Your liver is working, like lots of stuff. You're taking care of a human. A lot of stuff is changing. So really just focus on your health, babe, at that time. And that's good. But about 6 weeks, you can start incorporating eating for your hormones in your cycle. Now, when we do this, also realize if you are nursing or, you have a lot of stress, you're not sleeping well, things like that, it can impact how fast this kind of takes hold. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to just get a period back, like right away. You can. I have women that have this happen. You can. What this does is to help support your system with a regular pattern week to week, so that even when you do stop nursing, your body has a pattern to go off of. This does help support your hormones so your body can regulate easier. Day 1 would be the first day of the period. Day 14 is about when you ovulate. Day 28 is when that ends. First couple of weeks, right? First couple of weeks is the estrogen phase. That's where estrogen is the highest. You're going to be eating those cooling foods, things like that. These are foods, things that I talk about in my book, The Female Fat Solution here, which is on Amazon. And just focus on that. Now, again, getting enough proteins in, making sure you're doing those things. Does that mean you need to be doing all this restrictive stuff to try and get the baby weight off? No. This means just the tone of the food that you're eating to help align with estrogen, to help your system regulate estrogen better. Then after the ovulation, are you going to be ovulating? I mean, maybe not. Some women do, some women don't, postpartum, even if you're nursing. Some women, they can have a period, but they're not ovulating. Other women, they ovulate and have a period. Some women don't have either. Okay, right? It's just how your body's going through this. One specific thing isn't right or wrong. But just make sure that around day 14, then you switch over into the warming phase and you start eating warming foods. Again, really focused on getting enough nutrient for your system, not doing any type of restriction, not stressing your body out even more, but just doing progesterone for about 28 days, and then you go back to the estrogen phase. And if you're thinking, okay, yeah, I just had a baby recently, this fits, I can start layering this in, this sounds great, awesome. But if you're like, man, I had a baby 6 months ago and my period's all wonky, can I still incorporate this now? Yes, absolutely. You can find, if you're like, yeah, I had a couple of periods, but they were totally off and really, really weird, find the last date and count forward to where your cycle should be and just start there. Or just start. Your hormones are impressionable. Your body will respond to different things, and nutrition is one of them. So this is where you can use this tool. This is very powerful to start helping your hormones have that regulation and balance. And again, it's fairly easy. I have more info, on my YouTube channel, which is called Dr. Beth Westy. You can subscribe there to stay up to date and everything. But this is the way to start. And most often we get stuck on when to start. Is this the right time? Are these the right things? It's so easy to get caught up in the little things. Don't get worried about the little things, right? Don't get worried about the little things. Just get started and start eating cooling foods, warming foods, that type of a thing. Now, if you can track basal body temperature and other biometrics like that, that would be fantastic. Track resting heart rate or heart rate variability for recovery. Things like that are really helpful too, just to help know where your system's really at. Now, again, if you are not sleeping well through the night, some of these things like, gosh, basal body temperature, my sleep is so irregular because of babe. Yep, I totally get it. I've been there. I've got 3 kiddos, so I know how it goes. But it can help get you to a point where you can start to try and find a pattern moving forward. But again, I don't want you to feel like all is lost, all is, like throwing everything at the wind here. Start and give yourself the pattern. And that's super helpful when you're trying to get things back on track. So that's what I got for you guys today. Please let me know if you have any other questions or you need other help. Other resources I have for you besides the things I've mentioned is I have a podcast called The Female Health Solution. Lots of great episodes, tons of great information, and let me know if you guys need anything else. All right, have a great night, and I will see you later.